This video is in partnership with Mint Mobile. Thank you guys for joining in, and everybody that's joining in after the fact. We've got a good show for you today. Got a special guest, but before, a message from our channel partner, Mint Mobile. Have you ever thought, why in the world is my wireless bill so high? What are you paying all that money for? Speed, coverage, data, access to 5G, unlimited talk and text, mobile hotspots? Mint Mobile offers all these features for as low as $15 per month. They're built on the nation's largest 5G network and keep costs low because they sell direct to you online. They cut out the retail stores and salespeople. So why should you pay more than you have to for access to the same network? Go to my link in the description or scan the QR code on screen to get premium wireless for as low as $15 a month.
Hey there, it's Ryan Reynolds, owner of Mint Mobile. Enticing, right?
The first thing we wanted to talk about is Arvolution Player One. So a lot of people have questions about Arvolution. Is it rebranded Zappiti or is it a new company? Why don't you tell us about that, Raphael, and maybe tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yes, of course. I understand this question because it was very sudden for everyone, even for us at Zappiti. Unfortunately, as you know, yes, it's definitely over, despite of all our efforts during this year. So I'm glad to have met, some cool guys, at Arvolution, and from the start, they were willing to help, and continue the Zappiti legacy. So yes, they decided to create a new player and to offer a new application similar to what Zappiti was doing. And I think they did a pretty good job, in only a few short period of time. So it's good to have a new player and a new interface that is very cool for me, that is faster than Zappiti used to be. And there will be many new features, along the time. So they are here for the long run, okay? And I will be helping them, in the US by distributing their products. And once again, I wanted to focus on the thing that Arvolution is really a new company. Zappiti is done, it's over. And here in the US, I will just be distributing their products. And of course, it keeps me, a place to be near my Zappiti users and to help them with the transition. So I'm very glad to have found this new company.
Awesome. Yeah. So I know we talked about earlier off screen. You said that you get a lot of emails pretty much every day from Zappiti owners. So why don't you talk a little bit about that for people that maybe are looking for some guidance or something?
Oh, it's simple, despite all of the things like the user voice are shut down by justice, there is still an email that where people can reach out to me, and many of the users are still writing to Zappiti, and I'm answering all of them. So they should be free to contact me via contact@zappiti.com. And if they have any question, we'll be pleased to keep answering them and help them with their products. Even if Zappiti is shut down, I won't let them down, and they can still count on us, and we'll continue support our users.
All right, so let's talk about the Arvolution subscription for a little bit, because I know this one is kind of maybe a little bit of a sore subject for some people. I think a lot of people, it seems from the comments that it's divided. Some people are okay with paying the subscription, and then some people are like, hey, why do we as Zappiti users have to pay a subscription after, buying this player? So why don't you talk a little bit about the subscription and the choice on that?
Yes, of course. So the subscription is really for the Zappiti users. We had no possibilities. It was either, let people down, let our people down, or try to find a solution. And with the help of our evolution, they were willing, to help us by bringing a compatible application for the Zappiti users. But as there are many, many Zappiti users in the world right now, they would do that only if, there will be a subscription. And the subscription really, it's for the best because it will help our evolution to make a better application, a better software, and eventually at the end to make a standalone player. That means that there will no need of any clouds at the end. So the subscription is really to help, the engineers to achieve what we could never do at Zappiti, to have a standalone player without any clouds. So really, I encourage people. It's not about taking them money from nothing. It will be really to help our evolution to build a better interface without the need of the cloud. I guess under 1 year or 2 year, it will be there and it will be working. So it will be for the best at the end. So for the Arvolution, for the people who will go to Arvolution, there will be no subscription because, when they buy a new product, the subscription will be, with the price, it will be already there. So I understand the frustration of the Zappiti users. I'm a Zappiti user and I will pay the subscription because I know there will be some good things out of it. And it's not that big, it will be around $50 a year. So I think it's really reasonable and it's really a way for people to keep their player and to continue enjoying their collection. So I think it's a good deal at the end.
Yeah, I'm glad that you actually elaborated on that because I didn't know that. So that's good to know that those funds, the subscription, whether somebody thinks it's fair or not, that's being funneled back into having a player that doesn't have to rely on the cloud. Because I know that was kind of my question. I was like, why do they have to rely on the cloud? And I my thinking was that it's doing all the video and stuff like the images, the moving images that they have on there. It's doing a lot of stuff that maybe the cloud can do a lot of the processing and take the load off of the player locally. I don't know if that's the case. That was just my thinking,
It,
but that makes sense.
it's for the PD, the cloud. We were the only one, in the media players world, to offer a cloud. It cost a lot to us, but it was really efficient, for all the managing of the data. In fact, thanks to the cloud, people could, it was like a community. People was, creating their own soundtracks. It was shared with everyone. So it was really efficient for a better management, better efficiency on the scanning of the cover arts. But at the end, it was also a flow. At the end, if anything happens to the company, all cloud always relied to the cloud, and that was a problem at the end. But basically, it was when it was working, it was really great. If people broke a player, thanks to the cloud, they will get back all their collection, all their cover arts under a minute. Whereas when it's a standalone player, if anything goes wrong with the players and the collection, you can lose everything. So the cloud was like a safety for our users. So it was our take. We believe it was the best, but at the end, unfortunately, it was a problem. So we will learn from that and do something else, in the future, thanks to our evolution.
Awesome. Well, that's good to know that in the future that there will be a standalone. You won't have to to rely on the cloud.
Exactly. It's you can already see it on their website.
Okay.
There is the standalone. It's coming soon. It's already on the in the work.
Awesome. Yeah. So go check out that website, guys, if you
Yeah.
want to take a look at that. All right. So what about updates? I know we were talking offline. You said that you didn't have as much time as you would like to release the product, but you wanted to have something out there for
Yes.
users. But there are updates coming. So why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. For the people who have already bought, the Evolution, and if they are already like a Zappiti player, they will notice that there is not everything on the Evolution application yet. But the guys at Evolution told me that everything was coming. They had only a short period of time to make this application. So, be patient, but more stuff will come. There will be, the Zappiti application, at the end of November. We will talk about that later, I think. And yes, there will be new features that wasn't even in Zappiti, in the months to come. So yes, have faith, and you'll see you will not be disappointed.
Awesome. And by the way, guys, I am starring your questions. We're going to get to the questions at the end, but we wanted to focus on some of the highlights that we had planned to talk to you guys. All right. So we talked about the subscription service, updates coming. Are there any more players? Because as of right now, there's only one player that you can purchase. So
Yeah.
I know with Zappiti, you had many different tiers of players. Is that coming to Evolution?
Yes. What I can tell you is that there is a new player coming soon, which will be less expensive, more affordable for our users, and that was a demand, that we had for Zappiti, and unfortunately we couldn't make it happen because of the problems that we had at the end. But yes, I can tell you that there is a new player coming very soon. It will be smaller and cheaper, but with all the same capabilities of the one that is actually there.
Okay. So smaller and cheaper, so that means it won't have a hard drive bay, correct?
I guess you're right.
So, if you're somebody that doesn't want to fool with hard drives, maybe you just want to stream stuff over the network, or I don't know, maybe it'll have, USB, you can connect like a smaller,
External
hard drive,
drive.
external drive or
Yeah,
something to that. Cool. So
exactly.
it's nice to know that there's going to be, different price points for different people with different budgets.
Exactly. It's very important. Especially if you've got a multi-room, capabilities at home, you don't want to spend, a lot of money in your living in your bedroom, for instance, or in the kitchen. So it was for me. It's very important because it's working well, with multi-room. So we have to have a smaller players to allow that for customers.
Awesome. All right. Now I know you touched on it earlier, but what
Mm.
about the Arvolution app for Zappiti owners? You said that this it's we talked about the subscription service. When is
Yes.
the Zappiti app or Arvolution app for Zappiti owners going to come?
It will come, in November. So before the end of November, there will be something on the Evolution website where people can subscribe and download the application. Unfortunately, it won't be like a software update on the Zappiti player because we can access the server anymore, so we can launch any new update or software firmware. So it will be, something that you download that you can install via USB thumb drive.
Okay. So Gene Splicer says it could have been easy to just walk away, but your commitment to the Zappiti base is commendable. Applause.
Mm.
Thank you for that.
Thank you so much.
All right. So what about, I know a lot of people are asking this question in my comments. What about the Arvolution app for Zappiti I'm sorry, for Zidoo and HD, Dune HD.
To HD. So yes, the priority, like you understood, is to have, to help the Zappiti users, because unfortunately the system will go down before the end of the year. So that is the main priority. But just after, I think we will have the Dune HD app available, and then the Zidoo app. Okay, that's for sure. It's already in the work. So it will take a little more time, I think, with Zidoo, because there are many differences between Zidoo and Arvolution and Zappiti players. Dune, as we are using the same chipset, etc. It's really it will be really easier to have it released faster for the Dune owners. So yeah, just be a little bit patient, and of course you will have the possibility to download the Arvolution app for these players too.
Okay. And do you know, I don't know if you can answer this question yet, but do you know how
Yeah.
that's going to work? Is it going to be something that we'll have to download on a hard drive, like you said earlier, a flash drive, or is it going to be over the, go to the software page and download? How does that work?
No, I don't think, I'm not sure, because I'm not again, I'm not inside
Okay.
the Arvolution team anymore, like I used to be at Zappiti. So, but basically what I understood is that it will be like a software to download and to install on their players. So it will be very easy to do that, but I don't think it will be downloadable from the Google app or Google Store. I don't think it will be possible.
Okay. So stay tuned, guys. But exciting
Yeah.
news. I'm interested to see how that's going to run on my Zidoo players. So if you have Zidoo, Dune, like you said,
Mhm.
just be patient, and hopefully we'll see that soon.
Yeah.
Now you also mentioned there's going to be a Revolution desktop app for Mac and PC, like there was for Zappiti.
Exactly. That's a strong demand for our users and customers. So yes, there will be a desktop app for computers. It will be very soon. Okay, because I know people love to manage their collection from their computer. It's easier and faster than to do it with the remote.